There's nothing
Yeah,
fun about that.
I don't know what. Yeah.
A train derailed.
Oh.
Let's talk about it.
Serena, we're back.
We're back
New location.
in an upgraded office.
Upgraded. No more knockoff WeWork.
We're in Tribeca, baby.
New office for Bullish Studio, an equity animal. Proud to be here. Started from the bottom. Now we're in Tribeca.
Week 3, but the first time I was invited here.
For our first story today, the Manhattan rents have hit an all-time high in January, with the average rent in Manhattan coming in at about $5,100, which is a 13% increase from last month.
Ugh.
What are we supposed to do? Where are we supposed to live?
I'll tell you what we're supposed to do, because now all these offices are emptying out. We should all be sleeping on the floor of a WeWork for $300 a month. That's the future.
That's great. Which side of this room do you want?
I'll take right near those rusty lockers.
Our friend Elon Musk is not happy. This past weekend during the Super Bowl, one of his tweets showing support for the Eagles only delivered 9 million impressions, whereas Joe Biden's tweet delivered over 29 million impressions, leading him to call an all-hands meeting and, I believe, fired an engineer over it. He is not happy. How do we feel about Elon's ego?
I think he should have better tweets. This man, he tweets like spaceships, fire emoji, fire emoji, fire emoji, and then he wants to get 50 million impressions? For what? For who?
Level it up, Elon.
There is a podcast out there called AI Radio, a new show on Spotify that is entirely AI generated, with 2 fake hosts talking about a bunch of fake topics. What do you think about this?
Oh man, this is where we're going. I mean, why do we even need to watch real people or listen to real people on television or our phones anymore? I mean, granted, half of it is already fake, but you might as well now just introduce some AI to it. We're just going to be watching computers in the future. But you've actually indulged. Do you want to give us a review on how AI radio has been?
I listened to about 6 minutes of it. I sort of mentally skimmed it. I wasn't fully paying attention. But I don't love it. They just pull up topics that are made up, news about somebody invented something that didn't happen, and then they say nothing about it. It's truly a skill. And I'm jealous of people who have this skill, who could just say absolutely nothing. I think AI is going to replace a lot of jobs out there. I think like somebody like Gary Vee can easily be replaced by AI. Just people who get on a stage or get a microphone and say absolutely nothing for hours at a time. The robots are going to take over, and they're going to do that better than you can, Gary.
Taco Bell credits Pete Davidson for a spike in breakfast sales, over a 9% growth of the number of transactions during the breakfast hours due to their new endorsement.
I'm not surprised at all that it's working. I know he did a campaign with Smart Water, and everybody looked at that and they were like, Pete Davidson's face does not make me want to drink water. But you know what it does make you want to do is eat Taco Bell at 9 in the morning. That's kind of his look.
It is not okay to call your daughter Zhuai. I need to figure out how to pronounce that word.
What?
It is no longer allowed to call or name your daughter Kim Jong-un, which is the name of Kim Jong Un's daughter. It's off limits.
There are certain names that should be banned in the USA.
Like what?
Mackenzie with like an EIGH, something like that. Ban.
Brian with a Y, banned.
You're out of here. Tom with an H, what are you doing?
George Santos. Oh, the man of mystery.
Oof.
Trying to understand where almost $365,000 went missing.
I think he's going to be the next Bond.
James Bond?
A Bond of James fame, yes. I think he's going to be the next Bond, and I'm willing to be the Bond girl in that movie, just to put that out there. I think he's going to do big things.
I mean, if you define doing big things as his impressive resume of everything from being a drag queen to, didn't he have something to do with 9/11 too? He's had his hands in every major world event or obscure event all around the world. But I don't know. I feel like George Santos is, I don't know, a reflection of, I don't know, a post-Trump era. I kind of like him being in Congress just to have something to talk about with government, because other than that, I mean...
Spice things up.
Let's go.
Get into a fight with Mitt Romney and then tell the cameras, and the way he said that wasn't very Mormon of him. That's a politician to me.
It's funny, it says here that the New York Times is reporting that George Santos received a sea of $199.99 payments, which is exactly 2 cents below the amount required to formally record that to the federal...
I think it's a coincidence.
It wasn't very Mormon of him. That's what I can tell you.
USA Today is reporting that knowing how long you might live is very important for retirement planning. How long do you think you're gonna live?
I hope to live to tomorrow.
Oh, wow. I think we should go a step further to find out how long we're gonna live. I have a deck of tarot cards with me. Let's do a little reading. This is how you shuffle tarot cards. And then you wanna just pick one at random, kind of put your energy into it and think, how long am I gonna live?
Do I look at it?
Yeah, I'm not doing magic. You can look at it. Wheel of Fortune, let's find out what that means. You're entering a new chapter in your story. New beginnings, the future is uncertain. I think you're gonna die soon.
Last weekend was the Super Bowl, and what was in 2022 was named the Crypto Bowl because there were so many different crypto advertisements, but this year there wasn't any to be found.
Doesn't surprise me. Last year, what were all those ads for FTX? Mm-hmm. You know, if you're doing something like that and who knows where it's gonna go, and maybe you also are living in a polycule and snorting Adderall, you don't wanna bring too much attention to yourself. You wanna get a little bit, get a few investors, post on LinkedIn, stuff that nobody cares about, but you don't wanna, however many people watch the Super Bowl, probably a lot.
I think there's a few million.
I would say a lot, yeah.
Yeah. That's This Week in Money.
Thank you for watching.
I'm Brian, and this is...
Serena.
We'll see you again next time.
Bye. Wait, who reported this?
This was USA Today. Let me see.